Hello and welcome once more to my property market report for Irlam, Cadishead and Rixton. This time we look at the results of August 2024. Often August is one of the quietest months for estate agents up and down the country, as so many children are off school, keeping their parents very busy, with many families opting to travel abroad. This often means searching for a home is put on hold for a month at least. So let's jump straight into it. This month we'll start with Cadishead, which covers the postcode M445. There are currently 65 properties for sale with 9 new listings. Last year there were 70 properties for sale and 16 new listings in the month of August. This shows that there are slightly more houses to sell, but less houses are being brought onto the market, which could cause a slight increase to prices if there are less choice for buyers. The current average asking price for those houses for sale is £209,777. That equates to £215 per square foot. Moving on to the more positive news, there were 12 sales agreed in August of 2024. On the average asking price for those 12 sales agreed was £204,923. This equates to £246 per square foot. Again, in a positive twist, usually the pound per square foot on the sold prices is usually lower than the asking price. Boots on the other foot this time, with August seeing an increase of £31 per square foot. In other news, there were 10 price corrections. There were no withdrawn properties, and there were 5 house sales falling through, with one of our personal highlights selling 169 Roseway Avenue, sold for £237,000, which was £293 per square foot. A record-breaking number on the estate. Now let's head over to the border into Irlam, which is M446. There were 92 properties available for sale in August. There were 17 new listings brought onto the market. The average asking price is currently £263,529. This equates to £328 per square foot, which is a big difference to last month, which was £280 per square foot. So average asking prices have actually jumped up around about £48 per square foot. Could this mean some houses are overvalued? Have prices risen, or is it just simple as some nice big houses have come onto the market? For the positive news, there were 17 sales agreed. The average asking price of those sales agreed was £218,970, which equates to £274 per square foot. That's a difference of £55 per square foot between houses for sale and houses sold, which is near enough round about £47,000 difference. In other news, there were 10 price corrections. There were 2 withdrawn properties, and there were 6 houses falling through who lost their sale. Call me. So overall it's a mixed bag, some higher, some lower, but mostly the figures are opposite of what's happening next door of Cadishead. One of our highlights from the area was number 1 Patting Close, selling for £250,000, which equated to £336 per square foot. A great result on the margarine works. Over to Glazebrook now with Rixton and also some parts of Lowton. This is WA3 6. August this year saw 65 properties for sale. There were 16 new listings, and the average asking prices for those houses for sale was £359,062. This equates to £284 per square foot, which is a whacking £78,000 more than last year, which was July 2024. The square footage has also gone up from £259 to £284 per square foot. That's an increase of about £25 per square foot. Looking at the positive figures, there were 16 sales agreed with an average asking price of £255,937, which equates to £252 per square foot. In other news, there have been 8 price corrections. There were 4 houses withdrawn from the market, and there was 1 house sale falling through. So in summary, there is definitely more choice on the market for potential buyers compared to recent years. And this, combined with lower interest rates compared to a year ago, has brought more sellers to the market, and in turn a higher number of sales being agreed. The number of sales was 50% up on August last year. However, we must not get too carried away, as the market was still struggling with the hangover from the mini budget and the peak of mortgage rates in August 2023. So it is not just the impact of the election and bank rate cut that has caused this market activity. The average pound per square foot has dropped in comparison to last year and highlights that pricing correctly is still paramount to finding a buyer as stretches on affordability continue to constrain purchasing power. Zoopla have highlighted that 20% of properties are reducing their asking price by 5% or more, and these properties are taking 2.6 times longer to sell versus properties that price correctly from the start of marketing. It takes 28 days to sell a home with no asking price reduction, but 73 days if overpriced. Price reductions are still an issue, with August seeing a 31% increase on the number of sellers altering their asking price compared to recent years, and July saw the highest number of price reductions on record, tracking back to 2019. However, there were considerably fewer sellers withdrawing from the market, which highlights there are much more committed sellers on the market right now compared to previous years, and perhaps being more realistic with their pricing expectations. Now they can see more positive activity of returning to the market. All in all, the market is definitely moving in the right direction for those serious movers who are realistic with their expectations. I must also convey the length of time it is taking to move home, with a seller hitting the market in September not expecting to move until March 2025, based on it taking 60 days to find a buyer and a further 154 days to go through the legal process, according to Rightmove. For anyone looking at making a move in 2025, they should start the ball rolling now and get their plans in place. While the market has some momentum on its side, we've just launched our new Halloween boards. Have you seen them dotted around the area? Let me know. As always, I'm here. Any property advice or help within the community, please reach out at any time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next month.